Welcome back to another video, guys. This is gonna be a couple days later after trucking madness in Bakersfield. As you guys know, we drove the truck out there. I think from where I'm at, it's about 3.5 hours. Drove it there and back. Luckily, no issues. I like to stay prepared. I got spare parts in the back just for, you never know. Something can happen, if you blow a bag, line, fitting, whatever, but everything went smooth. Went there and back, no issues. Drove the truck, other than it being dirty from when we were driving in the rain. Nothing major happened. So this is just a little follow-up on the video that we did the other day in regards to what we got planned for this one. So for this one, we got coming up an LS swap for our lady, and a couple other small things, but the main thing is for our lady. I'm gonna show you guys a couple parts that we got for this. Unfortunately, it's not everything, all the parts for it, but it's just a pain in the butt to get all the parts out, just to show you guys and then have to put them away. But this is just a little bit of what we got planned. This is a standalone harness from Word Performance out of Fresno. We're gonna be converting the truck into a drive-by-wire. So we got the pedal in there, ECU, batch deleted, harness. We also have the Trailblazer SS intake with the flex fuel, which we're going to be running the flex fuel on this one, the E85. We got new rotors for the front. Powder coated. I forget what the name of this. I think it's Malvic by Prism Powders, which it looks really sick. It almost looks black when there's no sunlight, and then it looks purplish, reddish in the sunlight. Like I said, new tanks. We're gonna be running 2 tanks on this one. We're running I think a 5-gallon and a 3-gallon tank for this one. So we have the rotors for the front. We have brake lines, braided brake lines. We're gonna be upgrading we're gonna not upgrading because I already have the hydro booster, but I am going to be running a newer style hydro booster with a upgraded newer style reservoir. We have a staging kit. We have a Slam Specialties manifold 3/8, the remote, wheel light kits, alternator. This one's just temporary. I'm going to be running the Mech Man on this one too. I got my wife's truck in the background, and we're running a Mech Man on that one. I think it's a 375 if I'm not mistaken. It's got a little bit of a beat on it, just for daily. It's her daily truck. But we have a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, we also have the 4L80 that's powder coated to match the rotors. These obviously have to get turned. I just haven't had a chance to do it. Turn the rotors. We also have, I think, a different gear ratio for the back. We have the dual compressors for the back. I don't know, we just got a bunch of stuff. I still got all the sound system stuff. I got two Orion subs that I'm going to be running on this one with a Arc Audio amp. I want to do the speaker pods on the kick panels. That's also going to be coming up too. All the floors already been dyno-mat. At one point, I do want to replace the carpet, the seats, and redo all my upholstery, but my main priority is to get it running right, get everything the way I want it before I start doing the paint or doing the interior. let's see, what issues do I have here? I don't think riding wise I have any issues, but I am thinking about doing the 4-link. I just wish I had more time, because for me it's always a time thing. I got a 4-link sitting in there too in the garage. I just gotta take this one off basically and put the 4-link on, or decide if I want to keep the 3-link. But we got multiple projects going on. This one, my wife's daily, I want to do a bigger notch and go lower on it, just because it's nothing crazy. It's just a crew cab 4-door leather interior. All the interior's been done. It's not crazy, it's just daily. So, but it's cleanish, you know, it's my taste of cleanish. I will be doing the front end on this one. I'm gonna be doing the HD front end on it, repainting the hood. That's coming up shortly. I would say maybe within the next 2 weeks. Doing the bumper, changing the grill, headlights, and this is all just basically catching up on it. But I also have this one here, which this one's been here for a while, but we're always changing our mind on what we're doing on this one. This one was supposed to be out within the last 6 months, I guess, but we decided to change a lot of stuff in the back. Originally, we were gonna do 2 compressors and 1 tank. Everything was already installed. Then we ended up powder coating everything, because everything was supposed to leave out of here in the raw metal, which I'm not really a fan of, but if that's what they want, that's what we do. It's my boy's Luna's. At first he just wanted to do the raw metal and then get it painted, because at one point his frame was all painted like the burgundy color. You guys can see it here. I still haven't painted the underside of the C-notch. And just to be fair, I did not do the C-notch. The C-notch was done by somebody else. I cleaned it up a little bit because it was not to my quality, but you know. So like I said, we ended up doing a bunch of changes on this. Now we're doing 2-piece driveline. We ended up doing the control arms on the front with the Castle manufacturing, computer relocation, battery relocation, and some other stuff. This one, the whole interior is done on this one, so it's all nice and clean. I think he just did the cluster. I don't remember who did it for him. I don't want to fuck it up, so I don't remember exactly who did it for him, but somebody did it for him. I think he went with the stainless steel faces on them, but this truck's clean. Everything's done fairly good. You know, needs door panels installed on that side. Some cleanup. He said he was gonna take it to the interior guy to go get it finished up. But that's what we got on this one. And then we also have this one, this OBS that I'm working on too, which is basically one that I had built a couple years back, 2-3 years back. I did this one. When it came in, the whole frame was crooked. It was on leaf springs. The bags were laying on leaf springs, so as you can imagine, it was all bouncy and stuff. But we fixed all of that. We did a 3-link, and now we are upgrading it to a well, keeping the 3-link for now, because initially he did not want to do billets, and now I think he's thinking about doing billets on this one. So we're gonna shorten the rear end. We're gonna do a conversion. So basically the same rear end as mine. This one, the floor on the bed is already raised, so that's already all done. We just have to, we're running a manifold on this one from, I think it's Thorbros. Sorry if I'm messing that up. I'm not sure how to say it, but it's a clean billet manifold for valves. So he wanted to keep the old school 1/2-inch valves, run the 1/2-inch line, and he wanted to do two air tanks, 4 compressors, fuel cell, gauges. So we're working on all of that. The diff I'm not too worried about because it's gonna come back and it's gonna get replaced. So there's a lot of stuff with the diff that I'm not 100% happy with, but it's gonna come back anyways. So we boxed in the frame for the cross member. Did that for my boy La Sancha at Sacramento. So he just wanted to clean up some stuff on it, and we did a couple bent pieces of pipe or tube, sorry, for the reinforcement of the cross member, which eventually they are going to be used as bag mounts, because when it comes back, well, that's the plan. We're going to remove the links from the outside and we're going to put them on the inside here, and we're going to do the bag here at one point or another. And we are also going to change his diff, do his gear ratios, cut it for billets, and do some other stuff. On the front, on this one, everything is already powder coated to match in a red. Brand new bags in the front, brand new bags coming in the back. Rotors are powder coated, dust covers are powder coated, spindles. Which, by the way, huge shout out to my boy from ACP. He's the one that's doing all my powder coat. And this one is gonna get the fenders and the tubs in the front. So there is some damage on these fenders. I think it was either this side or the other, which has a big old dent. So we're just gonna replace both of them. Yeah, it's this one here. As you guys can see there, it's got some damage there. So we're gonna replace the whole fender and do the tubs. I will end up doing the hydro boost on this one as well, because we want it to be able to turn on the floor with this one. We're gonna have to relocate the harness at one point or another. So this one is just, it needs a lot of upgrades, but it'll be riding really good when he gets it. This one, the main thing for mine is the 4L80. I know you guys are gonna talk shit on the 350 that it has right now, which I don't mind it, because it, you know, it's been to Bakersfield and back, I think twice now. I drove to what was it, north of Sacramento, Woodland, once or twice, with no issues as well. But the only thing is, it does smoke a little bit when I first turn it on, which I know it's the valve seals, but I'd rather do the swap than just change the valve seals. And this one is fairly simple. The front control arm setup is fairly simple on this one. I haven't even powder coated my control arms or anything. It's been like this for over 4 or 5 years now, but I'll get to the control arms at one point. The main thing for me was just getting them to the way I wanted it to be, which it's at that point now. Control arms are basically custom fit to be able to turn on the floor. The thing that limits me, I believe, is it's my frame. So if I wanted to to turn a little bit better, I would have to build a frame or make some adjustments to the suspension, which I'm happy with how much it turns now. It's about 60% on the floor, which I don't mind. It also has to do a lot with my back spacing on my wheels. I have a 3-inch lip on the outside, so that has to do a lot with my turn radius on the front. But I don't mind it. I like it. I like how the lip on the front looks. It's something that I wanted to keep and not really mess with. Right now I have an engine-driven compressor, which if you're old school, you know how these works. Most people don't run these anymore. Most people run the electric by airs. But back in the day, this is where it was at. If you had a York compressor, you know that's where it was at. But you know, things change, times change. I just like that because it fills up so quick. But I don't like that I have to have it mounted on my engine and I have to get a pulley off my alternator, and then it just takes away from the cleanness of the engine, whatever that might be. The reason I want to replace my Hydro Boost is because I know you guys can see that here. It's leaking a little bit. I know it's just a matter of replacing seals, but I got a newer style Hydro Boost, which I'm gonna install on it. And so that's the plan for it. So I will be redoing the firewall, redoing the harness, cleaning up the front suspension whenever I take the motor out, which it should be happening, I always say shortly, but it usually takes me longer than I want to because I got so much stuff going on. But this is basically what we got going on for the OBS, and it's basically not because we don't have any parts. It's just basically a time thing. So thank you guys for staying with us, and if you guys like what you guys see, please follow us on Instagram, Skating Chevy, Skating Customs, TikTok, Skating Chevy, YouTube, obviously Skating Customs, and don't forget to like and follow.